Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. The meme is true. The one, the only, Mr. Hasan. It's not propaganda, they're just musical people. Piker has been banned on Twitch. But Quinthio, Hasan has such a squeaky clean record. How could he have possibly warranted getting a ban? You're not real. Now, you would think that it would have to do with some of his previous, triumphs on Twitch. That being the multiple terrorist propaganda videos, the countless times that he's labeled terrorist actions as positive things. He's incited violence multiple times, used his audience as a mob of people to brigade others, multiple instances of him breaking TOS. I mean, the list truly could go on and on. But that one inciting violence, now that one seems to be potentially what's happened here. Now, I don't believe we have a completely certain understanding of the exact reason that he got banned, but a lot of people have been making the assumption that it has to do with this clip right here that I'm going to show you now.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
That fraud is not coming from individuals, it's coming from providers. They're not tackling providers. They're not actually going after like false billing. They are trying to cut recipients. Okay, it is not happening at the point of recipients. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. Okay, you wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott. You wouldn't make him the current. What is his current office? What is he? Richard Lynn Scott is an American attorney, businessman, politician, Navy veteran, serving as the senior United States senator from Florida, a seat he has held since 2019. And also, I believe this past election cycle, he was literally the f***ing head of the Republican fundraising initiatives. The reason why I'm saying if you cared about Medicare or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott is because, and not make him a prominent part of the Republican Party, is because he, to this day, is still also known as committing the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history.
I feel like something's wrong with us that when I watched this and was like, oh, this is the reason, the first thing I thought was, oh, that's not that bad. Like, comparatively to what Hasan has done, Hasan has a website dedicated to him and terrorists called Twitch or Terrorist, where you have to figure out if a terrorist or Hasan or some other political streamer said the thing that they quote. That's the level that Hasan's at. So when I first got hit with the, oh, that's not even that bad, and then the second part of me went, oh my God, why do you think that's not bad? It was just this moment where it's like, I don't know. It was like I was a frog in a pot of water that was slowly starting to boil, except like I kind of just realized suddenly that I'm boiling. So let's just take a moment and dissect that just a teensy little bit. Let's just humor Hasan in regard to the Rick Scott stuff. I'm not going to be doing the research on Rick Scott or like the validity of that claim, but let's just, for the sake of this conversation, Rick Scott oversaw the largest Medicare fraud in the nation's history. Cool. So I'm going to throw this question to you guys. Do you guys think that the two choices in a matter in regard to somebody like this being in a place of power, specifically, close to Medicaid or medical insurance at all, do you think that the two choices are he has a place of power there, or you should off him, or you should eliminate him? Do you think that those are reasonable choices? Do you think that those are the two sides of the same coin? Wait. So you guys are telling me, no, you don't agree with that. You don't think that the two choices should be he's in a place of power or people are called to eliminate him IRL in Minecraft? That's crazy. It's almost like that's a really extreme take. And like, maybe it's a joke, but newsflash, you can't call for the death of somebody. It's illegal. It's straight up wrong. You can't do it. You literally just can't do it. This is the kind of stuff that horrifies me, because I can just pop over to any of these Hasan posts and scroll just a little bit, and I'm finding people talking about like, dude, I agree with him, man. I'm there with him. Like, I totally get it. Honestly, we should be I can't even make the joke that I want to make right now because I don't want to get this video taken down for the same reason that he got banned. Someone posted a Hasan update post, right? Okay, we take a look here. Second one, he's not wrong. Next one, yeah, every hater who's going to come here to celebrate are the same ones who cry about their free speech issues. What does this have to do with what is being talked about? It's like these are surface level arguments that are being made that make no sense when you actually think about it. Twitch so stupid they confuse calling out hypocrites with a call to violence. Hasan at no point advocates for violence in that clip. What complete goobers. Huh?
Or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. Okay?
Now personally, that sounds like a call to violence because Believe it or not, I'm a huge fan of, you know, insurance that's done properly. Obviously, the US insurance system is in shambles and a complete blight to modern America. But even then, I'd probably just, you know, make sure the guy goes to prison or just isn't in a place of power. There's criticism there for them allowing someone like that to be in a place of power. Abso-100%lutely. Made that up. But I think we're getting to a pretty radical place, and I don't mean like radical, I mean like radical, that you're agreeing with us on here that that person should be died. The fact that it seems like more people are comfortable now just like casually seeing death threats being made. Like people are kind of cool with, you know, a streamer casually saying, you know, if someone is doing something that's bad, they should be dead. The fact that that just seems to be a growing like numbness or like something that we're okay with is kind of horrifying. Right? Like for me personally, with like all the Mr. Beast stuff, you know, the reason that this channel pretty much exists in the first place, I don't want the guy to die. I don't want Jimmy to be offed. I'm not a huge fan of the company, and there's a couple of good reasons for that, but there is no chance that even with what I believe are entirely negative things that the company's doing, I wouldn't in a million years be calling for this man to be died. I don't know how else to say that without getting banned. I'm so sorry. But maybe this is like a super niche, like microcosm, ooh, fancy word, of the internet that I'm just super engaged with because of the job that I do and the fact that I make YouTube videos. Maybe these few people are not indicative of like a general trend that is happening to people. I could just be freaking out over nothing. I recognize that. And just so we're clear, this video was originally gonna be me talking about Ethan because he also did a terrible thing. This is not because my political affiliations are one way or another. They both seem to be, you know, doing pretty bad things that are not great. Like Ethan here pulls up a hater's Instagram live on air and starts looking through his family friends' pictures while seemingly insinuating his fans should go send hate to him, his mom, his friends, and his employer, which is terrible. And I wasn't a huge fan of that, but I saw Hasan banned and my brain went, oh, that's bigger. But I just want to cover my bases because I'm not trying to take a side here politically. Hasan should have been banned for a long time, and I'm genuinely surprised that he even got a small ban. A lot of people are saying this one is for 3 days, which again, does not corroborate with terms of service being that if you make a threat to somebody else, that suspension should be indefinite. So hopefully it is, but it seems to be a lot of people consensus is it's probably just gonna be 3 days. I don't know if that's confirmed or not. But to close this all out, I just have a message for you guys. You can dislike people. You can think that something's going wrong in America. There's a lot of reasons why you could think that. There's a lot of terrible things that are happening all over the world. But if you happen to be living in the United States and you have a strong feeling about something, so much so that you would call for the murder of this individual, I would highly suggest that you don't stream that point of view to the public. But more importantly than that, seek help. Like, go to therapy. It's not that deep. Terrible people are terrible and they will do terrible things. I'm gonna go out on a pretty long limb here and say that most of Hasan's viewership did not know who Rick Scott was before this happened. And I feel like we're about to see a lot of people that will seem to look like they know who Rick Scott is or they knew him before any of this. And I just truly doubt it. But I guess we'll see. And maybe I'll make an update about this. Maybe I won't. I don't know, man. I'm gonna like be a tour guide on a trolley. I'm kind of excited about that. If you guys are new to the channel and you're still here, consider giving the video a like if you liked it, or subscribing to the channel, because then you'll know if I post again. But if you're still here, even if you didn't do the other stuff I just asked, consider joining the Discord. We can play cool games like Deep Rock Galactic or Dota or some other really cool games. It would be fun. We could talk drama. It's super cool. No pressure though, no pressure. I get it. Like you got work and like a family and stuff. Like I totally get it. No sweat. But yeah, that's it. I think that's all I got. All right, I'll see you guys later. Adios. Peace. Bye.